Okay, so the next topic we shall be discussing about Taylor's theorem, which is an application for partial differentiation. So here we firstly define what is the Taylor's theorem for a function of one variable. For a function of one variable, it is given like this: f of x plus h, that is equal to f of x plus h f dash x plus h square by 2 factorial f double dash x plus h cube by 3 factorial f triple dash x plus so on, right? This is the equation. This is the Taylor's theorem where you can expand any function of one variable. So that means f is a function of one variable x, and we are defining some point x plus h, which is the neighboring point of the point x. So we are defining the function's value at this neighboring point using this infinite series expansion. So this is what Taylor series says. It says that whatever is the distance between these 2 points, suppose this is the point x and the next point would be somewhere here x plus h. So this distance between these 2 points, that would be this distance h. So they are saying if you know what is the value of the function at the point x, you can calculate the value at the neighboring point using the derivatives. So here if you note that these derivatives, they are the ordinary derivatives. So f dash x, f double dash x, f triple dash x, because here only one single variable is involved. However, if you have function of two variables, in that case, suppose your function is given to be f of x, y, right? And we say that all the partial derivatives are defined in the neighboring point. So what would be the neighboring point here? So the neighboring point would be x plus h and y plus k. So that means we are saying if you have some point here as x comma y, so some point would be here which is in the neighborhood of this point, and its coordinates would be x plus h and y plus k. So that means this horizontal shift is given by this h distance, and the vertical shift, that is given by this k distance. So that is how we reach to this point, and these 2 points, they are neighboring points to each other. So now we are saying at this neighboring point also all the partial derivatives are continuous. In that case, we can define the Taylor's theorem, and the Taylor's theorem is given using this expression f of x plus h y plus k, that is given by the function's value at the point xy plus h into the partial derivative with respect to x plus k into the partial derivative with respect to y of the function f of xy. So that means you can write this as, if you open up this is what? This is some operator. So when you open this quantity, this would be h into del by del x of fxy plus k into del by del y of f of xy. Okay, so this is how we solve this quantity. Fine. So we can separate this term and this term. So once you write it in this form, we define the next term. The next term is defined like this: plus 1 by 2 factorial, then the square of this quantity h into del x, del by del x plus k into del by del y whole square, evaluated at the function f of xy plus 1 by 3 factorial, the cube for this quantity. So that means h into del by del x plus k into del by del y cube, evaluated at the point or applied onto the function f of xy plus so on. So we'll continue like this. So this is the Taylor's theorem for function of two variables when all the partial derivatives are defined and are continuous on the neighborhood of the point x comma y. So this is very similar to the one we have just defined for single variable. So let's see how. So here this is same as this quantity h into the first derivative. So this is what h into the first derivative with respect to x plus k into the first derivative with respect to y, because we have two variables now. And here it was second derivative with respect to x, and here we are defining the same operator applying on this function f twice. So this is very similar to that of this first variable. So this is the generalization. Okay. So let us see one question. So the question here is, they are saying expand the function sine of x plus h y plus k by Taylor's theorem up to second degree. So here our function is given to be sine of xy. Why? Because this h and k, they are the neighborhood points. So we have to evaluate this function at this point x plus h, y plus k. So for that we will consider this function f of xy, that is sine xy, so that your function f of x plus h, y plus k, that becomes sine of x plus h multiplied by y plus k. So this is the angle of the function sine. Okay, so now we can apply this Taylor's theorem. So applying the Taylor's theorem, so we have f of x plus h, y plus k, that is equal to f of x comma y plus the operator h del by del x plus k del by del y operated upon f of x comma y plus 1 by 2 factorial and the square of this operator h del by del x plus k del by del y whole square. So firstly what you will do, you will open up this bracket. So it will be h del f by del x plus k del f by del y, and then you will open up this second bracket. So square of this would be h square del 2f by del x square plus 2hk del 2f by del x del y plus k square del f by del y square plus so on. So this would be the Taylor's theorem. So because we are to calculate up to second order, so we are required to calculate these partial derivatives for the given function. So once you calculate these partial derivatives, you substitute those into this particular expression. So this is how you obtain the given Taylor's series expansion of the given function. So let me quickly do that. What is f of xy? F of xy would be sine of xy plus h would be as such, and then the partial derivative of f with respect to x. So it would be cos xy, and because we are taking partial derivative with respect to x, y would be constant. So it would be kx cos xy, right? Second term would be this one. So you already know how to calculate these partial derivatives. Plus 1 by 2 factorial minus h square y square sin xy plus 2hk minus xy sin xy plus cos xy, and then we have minus k square x square sin xy. So this is the given answer, and we won't write this plus dot dot because we are required to calculate this up to the second order terms.